mynews.studio.
A tiny otter vanished for almost 2 centuries is found alive in Nepal. How did no one notice?
Today is June 29th, 2025. The world's smallest otter, the Asian small-clawed otter, has officially been rediscovered in Nepal after 185 years. That's a long gap. So, how did this go unnoticed for so long?
It's wild, right? Back in November 2024, local forest officers found a weak, injured juvenile otter along the Rangung and Puntara rivers in Nepal's Dadaldura district. At first, they didn't realize just how significant this was. There hadn't been a verified record of this species in Nepal since 1839.
And yet there had been rumors, hadn't there? Some unconfirmed reports floating around, but nothing solid. So what changed this time?
The officers actually cared for the otter, took photos and videos, and sent those to researchers and the IUCN Otter Specialist Group. The verdict: this was in fact the Asian small-clawed otter. That confirmation really changed things for conservationists. Plus, the fact that it was a juvenile suggests there's a breeding population, not just a single stray animal.
That's important. One animal could be a random event, but a juvenile points to a group, maybe even a stable population. Did anyone in the conservation community expect this?
Not really. Most people believed the species was gone from Nepal. Apparently, these otters managed to survive in river stretches that weren't getting much attention. This really validates years of conservation work, and it's a reminder of how easily species can go unnoticed.
If the otters were there all along, does that mean habitat monitoring has gaps? Or were there specific strategies that made a difference this time?
Habitat monitoring definitely helped, but it was also about involving local communities, the people who know these rivers best and notice when something changes. WWF Nepal's projects linked conservation with sustainable livelihoods, which encouraged locals to get involved. And quick action by the forest officers played a big role.
Could these strategies be used in other places, especially where species are disappearing?
That's the idea. The main steps are monitor habitats closely, involve local people, and react quickly to any sightings. This approach can be adapted to other areas facing biodiversity loss.
Now that the otter's been rediscovered, what comes next for the species and for conservation efforts in Nepal?
At the moment, this otter isn't protected under Nepal's Aquatic Animal Protection Act, so there's a push for urgent policy updates. The threats are still there: sand mining, overfishing, pollution from agriculture, and deforestation. Conservationists are calling for stronger habitat protection and more support from local communities.
Does this discovery affect local communities or even funding for conservation?
It does. The rediscovery has already attracted attention from donors and policymakers. There's talk of new protections, ecotourism projects, and sustainable development, all of which could directly benefit local people, if handled well.
Are there lessons here for other countries? Is there a broader message that applies globally?
There are several. First, just because a species hasn't been seen in years doesn't mean it's gone. Second, local knowledge is essential. Communities often notice what outsiders don't. And third, conservation needs to stay flexible, adapting to both nature and people.
So this isn't just about one otter. It's a reminder that nature can surprise us and that ongoing attention is important, even after a long absence.
Exactly. This story is a template for restoring biodiversity. It shows nature's resilience and the impact of sustained conservation. It's proof that people can make a positive difference in reversing environmental decline.
It's striking how everything connects: local action, global significance. This isn't just about Nepal's rivers. It's about conservation everywhere.
And it suggests there could be other overlooked habitats with similar surprises. Are there other lost species out there, simply because we're not looking closely enough?
That's something to think about. Thanks for joining us as we explored the rediscovery of the world's smallest otter and what it means for conservation.
Thank you for listening. This episode was brought to you by mynews.studio. Try it now for free.